like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never.
2022 was dubbed the Crypto Bull, but those big, expensive, splashy crypto ads with famous faces won't be part of Super Bowl 57. Joining us now to discuss is Patrick Kulp. He's a senior reporter for Adweek. Patrick, what a difference a year makes. Last year, we saw ads from 4 crypto companies, FTX, Coinbase, Crypto.com, and eToro. This year, a Fox ad exec has said there will be, quote, zero representation. So this wasn't always the case. Do you have some insights on what companies had commercials ready to go and when those deals fell apart?
Yeah, so it's definitely a stark difference from last year. I know that from the reporting out there that 2 of the crypto companies that were supposed to be in the Super Bowl this year had deals signed with Fox, and then another 2 were supposedly towards the 1-yard line, I think they said. One of those was FTX, which obviously wasn't in a position to run a Super Bowl this year. And then the other ones were kind of just, not sure which companies the other ones were, but they backed out after the FTX collapse.
Last year were 4, as we said, there were just 4 ads. This didn't affect the revenue for the Super Bowl. Have ad rates changed? Have they gone down, up? What, because you have a recession, or maybe I can't say recession because GDP was up, but it seems like a bit of a slowdown. Or did the ad rates go up with inflation?
Yeah, kind of maybe surprisingly, the ad rates I think are still continuing to go up. Some of the 30-second slots this year sold for north of 7 million, while more of them were kind of in the mid to high 6 million range. But I think one thing that really helped is the end of Anheuser-Busch's exclusive deal on alcohol. So there was kind of a flood of alcohol brands this year as well. So they kind of, despite marketing budgets kind of being slashed because of, as you mentioned, the economic uncertainty, we still saw kind of an influx of advertisers.
In 2022, though, crypto companies spent a combined $54 million on Super Bowl ads, according to Media Radar. Is there any other comparable sector that has just seen such a huge rise and fall in ad spending like that?
No, I mean, not that I can think of. Obviously, the immediate comparison that was drawn last year was kind of the dot-com bull right before the dot-com crash in 2000. But yeah, you see I think 1 or 2 kind of new categories every year that will run an ad or 2, but I don't think anyone quite with as flush as crypto was last year.
You know, back in June, we saw Binance's CZ tweet that it was not easy saying no to Super Bowl ads, stadium naming rights, large sponsor deals a few months ago, but we did. Today we are hiring for 2,000 open positions. So I wonder, how much did optics play into this? Would it be insensitive for crypto companies to pay for flashy ads right now?
I think that's definitely part of it. I think the public opinion has kind of wary about crypto right now, and there's lawsuits going on against some of the celebrity endorsers who had appeared in crypto ads. So I think that's obviously an issue for any crypto company that would be trying to have kind of a big splashy ad this year. I think that brands are also kind of wary to associate themselves with crypto after whether it's fair or not because of the FTX collapse and anything Web3, I think brands are just kind of very hesitant about right now. So I think a lot of it is optics. I think the brands that are doing NFTs still are usually calling them like digital tokens or kind of not trying to draw that connection to Web3 as they had in the past.
Yeah, trying to keep a low profile. Just on the other hand, the Super Bowl audience is the target audience for crypto. Football fans and crypto tends to be more male and young. So could this have been an opportunity for crypto platforms to reset in front of a massive audience?
I think it could have been. One thing that we did look at last year after the crypto bull, however, is that some of the data like a month out from the crypto bull showed that while there had been sort of a momentary blip in brand awareness, in app downloads, and in signups for these exchanges. It wasn't quite like the breakout moment into the mainstream that a lot of these companies seem to be hoping for. So I think that could have also played into it. I mean, I don't know that they got quite the mainstream adoption that they were looking for in kind of this big stage. And maybe that's just kind of a testament to what the Super Bowl is good for and what it's not, whether it's brand awareness or direct response advertising.
Do you think that the amount of the 4 or so advertisers that we had last year, do you think that it ultimately ended up hurting the crypto industry rather than helping? And the reason I bring that up, obviously, there's the Larry David thing for FTX, and people remember that. But there was also Fortune favors the brave, and that became a punchline on South Park even before the collapse of FTX. Do you think that this sort of this in general, this sort of flashiness and pushing people to bet, if you will, on crypto, do you think that it ultimately hurt the public's perception of crypto itself just because of the nature of the ads last year?
I don't have any like hard data on that. I think it could have. I think it definitely offered, like, especially with that Larry David ad that you played at the beginning of the segment, it offered a lot of kind of like punchlines when that did fall through. I think that they did come in with like a very brazen attitude of like kind of pushing this idea of fear of missing out and like take a plunge on crypto. And I think that that might have turned off some viewers, especially if they weren't kind of familiar with this space to begin with, or if they had were kind of just hearing about crypto for the first time and being told that they were kind of like missing out on something. It might have rubbed people the wrong way potentially. But again, I don't really have any specific data on how people felt about the ads. I know that the Coinbase ad was like not very well received. And I think that the FTX ad was actually one of the better received. So,
I like the Coinbase ad. All right. So while crypto exchanges are out of the picture this year, blockchain-based game developer Limit Break will have a spot. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I think that, so they are giving out NFTs that are free to own as part of a promotion for their blockchain-based gaming. I think that that's kind of indicative of some of the ways that brands are still using NFTs, which is as kind of a rewards mechanism. You hear brands talk a lot about how it's like good for loyalty programs or good for kind of giving people rewards, but I think which is a lot different than in the very beginning when brands started getting into NFTs and we started seeing like these astronomical figures for selling these branded NFTs. And I think right now you see more brands more willing to kind of give them away as sort of like an advertising play or sort of trying to get people on board with something else.
All right. Patrick, can't wait for the show. Thanks for joining us this morning for the breakdown. That was Patrick Kulp, senior reporter for Adweek.